Hello friends and welcome back. And if you're new here, my name is Kim. I want to thank everybody for joining me in the kitchen again today. Here I've just got some boiling water. We're going to get some pasta going for this pizza pasta I'm going to show you how I make. So this is just a pan of boiling water and I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt just so we can get that pasta nice and flavored. Today I am using this Rotini spiral pasta. It's just a 1-pound box. This makes a pretty big batch, so you can easily feed a family of 4 to 6 or feed a couple people and have some leftovers in your fridge for the next couple of days. This also freezes well if you want to put it in a container afterwards and stick it in your freezer. I'm just going to let this cook for about 10 to 12 minutes till it's done, and then I will drain it and put it aside. And right now I'm going to start chopping an onion. This is just a medium-sized onion. I'm just going to get this peeled real quick. So how is everybody doing today? I hope you are doing great. Well, thank everybody for joining me today. I was craving pizza and nobody delivers out where we live because we're kind of far out in the country, so didn't feel like running into town to go get any pizza, so I thought, well, I got some pasta, I'm going to make up some pizza pasta, and I've made this before, and it's delicious, so it's very easy to make and very filling. So I just did some half-inch slices, and then I turned it and just diced it into about half-inch chunks. I don't want it real small because I don't want it to disappear. This is kind of a chunky pizza pasta, so we want to be able to know what we're eating. Set that aside. Okay, I'm just going to use some regular old pepperoni. This is just generic brand. You can use any brand you want. You could use turkey pepperoni if you want it. Let's see if I can get this open. And I'm just going to grab a big handful, probably, I would say about maybe a cup of pepperoni. You can put more or less depending on how much pepperoni you like. Personally, we like pepperoni, so we're going to add a lot of flavor in here after it is pizza pasta, so we got to make it taste like pizza pasta. I'm just going to stack these up, make it a little easier to cut them. So I'm just going to cut them in half, and then I'm going to just cut them in half again just to make bite-sized pieces. We'll just quarter them. We don't want a huge piece of pepperoni to bite into. You could if you want, but I'm just going to do some bite-sized pieces. I'll just cut these in half again. And I think I'm going to grab just another little handful of pepperoni because we like pepperoni, so you can never have too much. So I'm going to add a little bit more. Just going to get these all stacked up and cut them again. This is one of those pastas that you could add whatever you like. Whatever your favorite pizza toppings are, you can add to it. You could add mushrooms. If you're feeding kids and they don't like onions, you don't have to add them. Here I'm just going to break these up because they're a little stuck together, so they're not all stuck together. Okay, so our pasta's been boiling for about 12 or 13 minutes, and I just tasted it, and it is done. So I'm going to strain it, and then I'm just going to let it drain in the strainer. Okay, in my large skillet, I just have a pound of hamburger. It's just ground beef, and we're just going to start to get it broke up. I really need to get me one of those little meat mashers I see everybody using. You know, those ones that you push down kind of like a mashed potato masher. I really need to get one of those. I see everybody using them. Okay, so I'm just going to get this broke up. Now, if you don't want to use hamburger, you can always use sausage or even turkey. Whatever you like on your pizza. Okay, so the hamburger's been cooking for a couple minutes, and it's about half cooked. I'm going to go ahead and throw my onion in. Get it stirred up real quick. And in my freezer, I found, I still have some diced green and red peppers from my garden last year that I had froze. I just diced them up, froze them, threw them in the freezer. I'm going to add some of these. I'm just going to add maybe about a cup. This is just about a half of a quart Ziploc bag. They're frozen, but they'll cook up pretty quick. It's probably equal to one bell pepper, and this is just half red and half green, so you can add whatever color you have. If you got yellow or you got orange, you can add that. So we're just going to let this cook for just a couple of minutes. The onions should only take 3 or 4 minutes to get cooking. Get these frozen ones broke up. I'm just going to let these cook for a minute. Okay, so I let them cook for about 3 or 4 minutes, and the onions are nice and cooked now, and the bell peppers are all cooked. Okay, so let's make this taste like pizza now. I'm going to drain this oil. There is a bunch of oil in the bottom, so I will be right back. I'm going to drain all the oil. Now, we are garlic lovers, so I'm going to add a heaping tablespoon of garlic. It's probably equal to about 2 garlic cloves if you mince them up. But we want to get that nice, good flavor in this. Got to flavor that sauce up so it tastes like some pizza. So I'm going to let this cook for just a minute. And my pan's on about a medium high, so it's going to cook pretty quick. I don't want to burn the garlic, so I got to keep stirring it. Next, I'm just going to add a pint jar. This is some tomato sauce that I canned last fall. These are tomatoes I grew in my garden. It's 2 cups. It's just tomato sauce. So you can use canned tomato sauce if that's what you have from the store. Get this top off. I'm just going to get this poured in here. Get all that goodness out of the jar. And I'm going to add about 1 inch of water to the bottom of this jar, just to shake it up and get everything out of the bottom of the jar. I'm just going to put the lid on. I just put about 1 inch in there. I'm just going to shake it. Oh, I'm going to spill it all over too. We'll just add that. And like I said, you could just use canned tomato sauce from the grocery store. It's just a 16 ounces or 2 cups. Okay, let's get this stirred up. I have to rinse my hands. Tomato sauce on them. Well, this is starting to smell good now. Okay, now let's get some seasoning in here. This is just black pepper. I'm going to add about a half a teaspoon of black pepper. You can measure it. I'm just going to eyeball it. I've done it before. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more garlic powder because, like I said, we are garlic lovers. If you don't want more garlic, that's fine. You can always wait till the end and see if you need more. Add a little bit at the end if you want more garlic. Let me see if I can find my onion powder. There it is. Kind of chunky because of all the humidity. I'm also just going to add about a half a teaspoon of that. Try to get it out of there. Mix this up real good. Get these seasonings cooking up in this sauce. It is smelling really good. Okay, now I'm going to add, this is just Italian seasoning. Now I'm going to add about a teaspoon. We definitely want some flavor in here. So about a teaspoon. Yeah, just a touch more. Yeah, that's about a teaspoon. Okay, I'm going to get this all stirred up, and then I'm going to let this cook. I'm going to turn down the heat just a touch, and I'm going to let this cook for about 5 minutes just to let all those seasonings mix in with all that sauce. So we have the good flavor in there. All that garlic and onion and peppers will mix in that sauce. But first I'm going to add, this is just some grated Parmesan cheese. You know, the stuff in the can. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons. because my husband and I love, there used to be a pizza sauce. It was roasted garlic and Parmesan, and it was delicious. So just about 2 teaspoons of that, or about 2 tablespoons, sorry, of Parmesan cheese. And I'm going to mix that up. And then I'm just going to let this simmer for about 5 minutes. Let all those flavors cook up. Okay, it's been cooking a couple minutes. I wish we had smell-o-vision. This smells so good. I'm going to give this a little taste. Just want to make sure we got the right seasonings. That is delicious. Now you notice I did not add any salt except to our pasta. The Parmesan has salt in it, and so does the pepperoni. So unless you want more salt, I would not add any more salt. You can always add more at the beginning, or more at the end if you need. But I think with the Parmesan and the pepperoni, you don't need to add any more. Okay, this is the pepperoni that we cut up at the beginning. So I'm just going to add this all in. Just get it nice and coated and get it all broke up in here. Doesn't that smell good? Ooh, that is yummy. Okay. I'm going to add the pasta that we cooked and we drained earlier. Add this in, and I'm going to slowly stir it. I'm going to come from the bottom, see if we can get that sauce onto the top. Try not to make a mess. Got one that fell overboard already. Almost need a bigger pan for this. But it'll get easier. So let me get this all mixed up. It'll be worth it if I have to clean up a mess on my stove, because this is so yummy. And it does taste like pizza when you eat it. Just pizza without the crust. Okay. Let's try to stir this all up. And I think I'm just going to sprinkle just a touch more Parmesan on top. Can never have too much cheese. And here I just have an 8-ounce bag of, it's just shredded mozzarella. And I'm going to take about half of this. And I'm going to sprinkle it over the top. And it's all clumped up too. This humidity is playing heck with everything I've got. Everything is stuck together. Okay, that's about half the bag. It's about 4 ounces. You could add as much or as little as you want, but you can never have too much cheese. Let's get this all stirred up. That cheese will melt instantly and get all nice and gooey and stringy. And this is not the most healthy dish, but children will love it, or your grandchildren will love it. But if you eat it in moderation and don't have a huge plate of it, then you'll be alright. Just eat a little less. And it's pretty filling, so you don't have to eat a whole lot. Doesn't that look good? Look at all that gooey cheese in there. Pepperoni, the mushrooms. Or not the mushrooms. Sorry. I wish I had some mushrooms. That would be really good in it. This is kind of like a supreme pizza. The pepperoni and the onions and the bell peppers and the hamburger. But you could put anything you want in here. Like I said, you could put sausage, you could put mushrooms. If you want, you could put ham and pineapple, I suppose. It'd probably go good. And I'm just going to take about, I don't know, about maybe another half cup if I can get it out of this bag. This bag is really fighting me today. Okay, I'm just going to take about another half cup and just sprinkle it over the top, just so we know there's cheese in there. I'm going to let that sit for a minute and let it get nice and melted. Doesn't that look delicious? I'm going to dish my husband up a plate, but I want to say thank you to everybody for joining along with me today, and I hope you enjoyed this recipe and get a chance to try it. It's very easy, very filling meal, and it goes great if you want to serve some garlic bread on the side, or even a side salad. You could put anything with it, but some garlic bread goes really good together with it. So I'm going to put some of this on the plate, and boy, is it cheesy. There is cheese all over my plate. Okay, my husband came in. He said he smelled spaghetti. Said, no, it's not spaghetti. It's pizza pasta tonight. So I want to thank everybody again for following along with me. And if you enjoyed this, please hit the like and the share and the subscribe button if you'd like to follow along and watch some more videos. I'm going to have a July garden update coming out just in a couple of days. And I've got another review video, and I think I'm going to be making some homemade brownies here in a couple of days too, so that video will probably be coming out soon. So I want to thank everybody. Doesn't that plate look delicious? All those peppers and the pepperoni and the pasta and all that cheese and hamburger. But anyways, I hope everybody enjoyed this video, and I hope everybody is having a great day. So thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. So have a good day, everyone.